Welcome to our channel Shah Computer Education Center. I am Manoj Shah and today I will be explaining you how to create fully automated tax invoice. This is the second part of this video. If you have not watched the first part, I request you to watch it first. Then it will be easier for you to understand the second part. And if you are new to our channel, I request you to subscribe our channel and press the like button to get a regular notification of the future useful videos on day-to-day applications. If you like our video, please hit the like button and leave a comment how you think and what you want. So let's see what you will learn today. So this is the project file of the first part, and here you can see that this is the billing address and this is the shipping address. So you have to type this billing address and shipping address manually, the first part as I have shown. But in the second part, these details of the customer are automatically populated. If you select the customer from the drop down list, suppose here is Manoj Shah and Barnali Shah. As I select the Manoj Shah, the details of Manoj Shah is automatically populated and also the shipping address changed. Both billing address and shipping address are same. And if you want to change the shipping address, you can type differently. Suppose you can see here that first when we select the customer, billing address changed and same billing address is copied in the shipping address. And if you want to change the shipping address, you can change it manually. So this part is done by Excel formulas and this part is done by VBA code. And the next thing is discount. On the first part, there is only discount amount column. If you have to fill here the amount of discount, that is rupees 500, then from 2,50,000, 500 is deducted and the taxable value became 2,49,500. But if you want to deduct 10% of the amount, then you cannot do here. On the second part, I have added the discount percent column and the amount column. So amount column is done in previously and the new is percent column. That is, if we delete the percent column, nothing happened. We delete this also. Suppose now you place here amount of 500, then you can see 1,25,000 and the 500 is deducted 1,24,500. But if you put here 10%, then what happened? Then discount amount is calculated based on this percentage. That is 10% of 1,25,000 is 12,500 and it's deducted. The taxable value is the amount deducted from the amount. Discount amount is deducted from this amount and the taxable value becomes 1,12,500. This is a good change. And the next change is, so the next thing is, I have created a button here, save to sales ledger. What is the work of this? When you click this button, the invoice number, date, party name and the grand total amount is saved into a new sheet, that is sales ledger. This is the invoice number, date, customer name and amount. This sheet can also be used for amount received from customers, so that you can understand customer had paid the amount for which invoice and how many amount left for that or how many amount is due for that customer. This will be done on later parts. So these three things we will learn today. So let's begin the tutorial that how you can do all these things. So this is the project file of the first part. So here we will work on this billing address and shipping address. So first we have to create a new sheet for party details. So create a new sheet, give here name party details and write the column header party name, then address line 1, then drag it up to address line 4, then type here state country, PIN, PAN number, GST number, then maintain bill by bill, then credit limit, credit period. So these are the headers. On the latter part, I will show you how these 3 columns will work, but here we will work on this 10 columns. So give your party name Manoj Shah, Dak Bungalow Road, Pakuahat, Malda. Address line 4 is blank. State West Bengal. Country India. PIN number 732138. PAN number, for example, I am giving 11111. GST number 10101010. This is for example part only. Maintain bill by bill, yes. Credit limit 1 lakh. Credit period 30 days. Here Bornali Shah, building number 34, Rodbari, Krishnapolli, Malda, Bihar, India. PAN number no, 1,50,000. Credit period 45 days. So these are the 2 data I have entered. Now I want to do a little formatting. For the column header, I will put this one, the bold, and font color is white. And for this I have to give conditional formatting. New rule, formula equal to if this cell not equal to blank, and the 2 have to delete this dollar because it will go to next row also. Then mod, and within bracket I will give a row, comma, divided by 2, bracket close for mod, bracket close for if. Then our formula will be formatting will be fill color white, border outline, then OK, apply. And our range will be from A to, and the number of rows, it is up to you. Here I am giving up to 1000 rows because I hope you do not have more than 1000 customers. So I have given up to 1000 and apply, and you can see it is selected. Here I have to put, the formula is wrong, here I have to put even, and within the row number I have to put this one, and the dollar symbol before 2 I have to delete it. Okay, here this should be deleted because even doesn't have this one. Okay, apply. Okay, now it's okay. And for next one, again use this one, equal to if bracket open, this cell dollar should be deleted, comma, not equal to blank, then mod, bracket open, row, the same row I have used before by mistake, comma 2, bracket close, formatting will be border will be given, and fill color will be light blue, apply. Okay, it's not showing because There I have not given the range accurately, so select this one, copy and paste it here, same range. Okay, so now if you add more column here, it will be automatically formatted. So delete this part. So now our formatting is completed. Now we'll create a dynamic range for all these columns. So we need party name, address line 1, 2, 3, 4, state. We don't need country, pin, GST number. So we will make a dynamic range for these columns. So go to formula, name manager, then new, name, party name equal to offset. Offset is the formula with which you can make dynamic range. So equal, so here I have to put this one here, first cell of the column, then comma. We have to go, because our range starts from here, so we have to go one column down. So one column, we don't go to on right, so 0, and now we have to select how many rows we have to select. So we have to select 2 here, so this will be used with the formula count. So count A is count all, bracket close. I have selected this part, but you will do here 1000 because you have formatted for 1000 rows, and the count of this will be 3 because there are 3 text on this column, this one 1 2 3, but we need only 2. So here you have to put -1 comma, and there will be single column, so 1 bracket close. Okay, now click on here, you can see our party name is selected. Now we will do for address line 1. So same formula will be given on every dynamic range. Only the first cell will be changed. That is, here is A1, here will be B2, sorry, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, like this way. So copy this, select, copy, then new, address line 1, paste it here, and go to the first here, instead of A put B, click here, you can say address line 2. Now sorry 1, now address line 2, add line 2, same formula. Here we have to put C. Okay, selected, new, add line 3. So this is the 3 is on column D. So here we will put D. Okay, now D is selected. Now E, that is address line 4. Address line 4, paste the formula, then again go here, and it will be, line 4 will be E. So E, okay, line 4 selected, and again new, state. State is on F, so F, okay, yes, it is selected. Now we don't need country, we need pin, so pin, paste, pin is on H column, so here we'll put H. Yes, pin is selected. Now we'll do GST number, new, GST number, again paste, and here GST number is on J, so put here J. Okay, GST number is selected. So all the dynamic range is created. Now we'll go to tax invoice. First we will put here a drop down list for customer. So here we'll go to data validation. In allow, select list, and in source click here and press F3. You will get all the name range. So we need here party name. So this is party name. I have given wrong name, this part name, you have to change it. Okay, okay. Now you can see here the party name, Manoj Shah. Now, when we select Manoj Shah or any party name, the details, that is address line 1, 2, 3, address line 4, state, PIN, GST number, all the things will be displayed one by one here. So, this can be done with the help of index formula. So, first we will get here address line 1, address line 2, address line 3, then here address line 4. And with address line 4 we will use the pin number, and if the address line 4 is blank, then the pin number will be added with address line 3, and then here we will use GSTN number, then here state. So this can be done with the help of index match formula, combination of these two. So index equal to index, array is address line 1, so type here ADD, we got address line 1, press tab, comma, row will get with the help of match, row number will be taken or pulled with the help of match. So which row? So the lookup value will be this one party name, and this will be looked up in the lookup array of party name, comma, and it should be exact match, so 0, bracket close, then bracket close of index, enter. We got here Dak Banglo Road. Now for address line 2, the same way, equal to index ADD address line 2. Now select address line 2, press tab, comma, match, lookup will be this one, then comma, lookup array will be party name, comma, exact match 0, bracket close for match, bracket for index. We got here Pakwahat. Now for address line 3. So we have to put the address line 3 in a different way, because if address line 4 is blank, that means here we can see here that address line 4 is blank. If address line 4 is blank, then the pin number will be added with address line 3, and if we had the address line 4, then the pin number will be added with address line 4. So here in address line 3 we have to put equal to if address line 4 is blank. So how do you know the value of address line 4? So we have to use index, array is address line 4, comma, match, party name, within range party name, exact match 0, bracket close, bracket close. So from this we will get the value of address line 4. So if it's equal to blank, then we will pull here the address line 3 plus the pin number. So again index address line 3, comma, row number match this one, within a range party name, exact match 0, bracket close. So with the help of this formula we will get the value of address line 3, and as it is blank, as if we get the value of address line 4 is blank, then this is the value, true value. So here we will add the pin number. So and within inverted comma hyphen, then again and we will fetch the value of pin. So index array will be pin, then comma, match will be row number will be with the help of match, lookup value will be this one, F4, lookup value will be party name, exact match 0, bracket close of match, bracket close. So we got the pin number. So if this is true, if this logic is true, we will get this value, and if this logic is false, that means we have the address line 4, then we'll get only the address line 3. So here, comma, the formula of address line 3. Then bracket close of if, press enter. We can see here we have got the pin number with the address line 3 because here is blank. And in address line 4, we have to put if the address line 4 is blank, then here it will be blank. Otherwise, address line 4 plus pin. So equal to if index address line 4 comma match, lookup value will be this one, and lookup array will be party name exact match 0 bracket close of x. If this value equal to blank, then we will put here blank value. Otherwise, we will fetch the value of address line 4 and the pin number. So this is the formula for fetching address line 4. So copy it and paste it here. Don't need to type again. Then and within inverted comma hyphen again and then the formula for pin number. So we can again paste this same formula here and change here to pin. Then close the bracket for if. Enter. So as there is no value for address line 4, it is blank here. So if we change here to Barnali Shah, we can see there is no pin number in the third address line, and the pin number is the fourth address line. So now we will put here GST number. So GST number equal to index array will be GST number comma match this one comma party name exact match 0 bracket close for match bracket close for GST. So we got here the GST number of Barnali Shah. But if we want a text value before this, that GST number, so we can put here within double quotation GST number quotation close and so then we got here GST number this. So now change again. So you can see address line 4 is blank, pin number with address line 3 and GST number change. Now the state. So equal to index state comma match this one comma press F4 comma party name exact match 0 bracket close enter. So you got this state. So again change this one, state is changed. So the billing address part is complete with all the formulas. Now we have to do the shipping address part. This will be done with the help of VBA code. So what is the VBA code? So for that you have to right click on this sheet tab, then go to view code. So this is the XLM GST tax invoice part 1 and this is sheet number 1 code. So here we'll do worksheet, we'll take worksheet and our have to take the change. So delete this one selection change. Now first we have to declare a value. So for that dim I as integer. So here for I equal to, so I is the row number, so this row number is I. So from here we have to select, so this is row number 12 and up to this row number 18, so 12 to 18. So equal to 12 to 18. So now what will be the action? The action is when we change this cell B12 is changed. If this is the target cell, and if this is changed, then all this value of the cells will be copied here. So how it will be done? So here, if not intersect bracket open target comma, and the target will be within the range B12 is nothing, then what will happen? Then this will happen that this cell's value will be taken from here, this cell's value will be taken from here, and this way we have to do. So cells row index, that is I is from 12 to 18, comma column index. Our column index is this one, J column. So J is 10. So here 10 bracket close dot value equal to, that means this cell's value equal to, now we will put this cell. So value of cells row index is I, comma, and this is the in column B, so it is B is 2, so row index will be 2 bracket close dot value, and if next I. So this is a simple, a very short code. Now let's check it. Here you can see the address is different. As we select Manoj Shah, same address is here. That means the code is working fine. And now if you want to change the shipping address, then you can change this manually. So our billing address and shipping address part is complete. Now we will look into the discount part. Now here we will put an extra column for percentage. But remember, as we insert a new column here, after that all this column number is changed, and we have given the VBA code for this part. This is L6, and if we enter a new column here, then it will be M6, and as this is now J12, as we insert here new column, it will be K12. So we have to we have to change the code also, the VBA code done for this part and this part. So let's do it. Insert a new column here, insert, and now unmerge them and merge this one, merge, and here we will give border. So it's now looking pretty good. So this is our percentage. So I will give here 1%, and here it is amount. So our work will be like this way. If we put here the amount directly, then the taxable value will be simple, this value minus this value. And if we enter percentage, then first amount will be calculated, the taxable value will be this discount amount will be calculated from amount into percent. After that, amount minus discount amount equal to taxable value. So how to do this? Let's change this format, give it a no fill. So this is on column I, that means 8, 9. This column is 8, this column is J, that means 10. 8, 9, 10. So go to again view code. So this part is for fetching to populate shipping address, and now we'll do to calculate the discount amount. So here for I equal to 21 to 30, because here it is 21 to 30, because we will type the percentage from row number 21 to 30. So this is I21 to I30. Now if not intersect bracket open target comma within range I21 to I30 and sales I comma this is 9, so I9 dot value greater than 0. That means if we change within this range, if we change, suppose we can change here, here or here, if we change the value within this range, then if this range is greater than 0, then the action will happen. What will be the action? Then this column into this column equal to this. So this is column number 10. So type here cells I10 dot value equal to this is 8, this is 9. So cells I comma 8 into cells I comma 9 bracket close, enter, and if enter next I. Simple. So now let's go here, type here 10%. Here is a problem. What is the problem? Let's see. If not intersect target range within I21 to I30, it is calculated, but there is a little problem. So here it will be is nothing, and also put here an error on error resume next. So it is okay now, I hope so. Let's see. Here I put 10, then I give here 10%. Yes, it's fine. So in this way, if you put the percentage, it will calculate the amount, and according to that the taxable value will be calculated, amount minus discount amount. And if you don't want this, then what we will do? Just put the discount amount, suppose 2000, then also it will calculate. So our discount part is complete. Now we will do that, we will create here a button to save this invoice value, that is invoice number, date, party name and the grand total. So before doing that, we have to do some little changes for VV code change for this cell and this one. So first of all, this became K, before it was J, and it was L, now it is M. So this code should be changed. So next we'll go to VBA code, and for here we got here 10, so it will be 11 because it became K, from J to K. And another we have module, so here it is L6, so now it will be M. So this should be changed, otherwise if you don't change these codes, your save and that populating the shipping address will not work properly. So now it will work. Let's see. Yes, now it's working fine. The first button here, so insert a rounded shape, select this one, then edit text, save to sales ledger, save to sales ledger. Now format this one, Britannic bold as same as this one, Britannic bold, and now font will be 12, then we'll do it here middle, and then again go to format, increase the width. Yes, now it's saved to sales ledger, and we also bring it here, and as this width is 1.8 and height is 0.3, we'll also do here 0.3 and is to 1.8. Now so this is already macro has been assigned on this, and now we have to assign a macro for this. For that we have to create a macro. So go to develop tab, then Visual Basic, close this one, and now here insert module. Here first declare the variables dim, start this sub save sales ledger and sub, and now here dim euro as long, dim ws as worksheet, euro equal to, that means what will be the euro? Sorry, I have started the module but I have not created the sales ledger sheet. So first let's create the sales ledger sheet. So go to Excel, type here sales ledger, type here invoice number, date, party name, then amount. So this is the sales ledger. Here I will put the invoice number, date, party name, and when we click the save button, then it will select the last blank row. So how to do this? So first go to Visual Basic and set here ws equal to sheets sales ledger, then euro equal to ws dot range. So range will be cell, that is which cell, A, and rows dot count. So this will be the range. That means suppose this row have two values, so two values plus this one, that means 3. So it will go select this one. So rows count dot end excel up dot offset 1 comma 0 bracket close dot rows. Now with WS cells, row index is last row, that is E row, comma 1 bracket close dot value. That means E row is the last row and column is 1. That means last row of column 1, that means here, equal to this invoice number. So invoice number, this one, this is M6. So equal to sheets bracket open tax invoice, yes, then dot range M6 bracket close dot value, enter. In the same way, copy this one, paste, 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 because there are 4 columns. So put here 2, 3 and then 4. After that, we need here the first column need the value of M6, then second is date. So date is on M7. So here will be M7. Then the third column is party name. So party name is in B12. So here it will be B12. And last is grand total. Grand total is O40. So here we will put O40. Here end with, let's save it, let's check. So now we will assign this one, right click, assign macro within this workbook, save sales ledger. Okay, now this is the sales ledger, it's completely blank. Now if we click on this, yes, there is a problem. Sales is set right here, set. Let's check again. Again there is a problem. Dot row, this will be dot row. So the problem is here, we have to, as we have given with WS, so we have to put here dot yes, now it will work. So as we click here, we can see the value is copied here and there is no date because we have not put any date. So let's put here 1/1/2020. Now again click here. Now you can see that it will just copy it under the first row. So in this way you can copy these data to the sales ledger. So by mistake this is done wrong. So it is here logo and here it is tax invoice. Yes. In this way, we have to create the sales ledger button and the macro is associated with this button. So we have learned the 3 things. First, how to populate the data from the party ledger to the tax invoice, and here the drop down list, and how to populate the same address to the shipping address with the help of VBA code, and inserting a new discount column and calculated based on VVA code to the amount section and then get the taxable value. And the third is creating a button and a module associated with it so that we can copy the invoice number, date, party name and the grand total amount. So today's tutorial is complete, but on the next video I will show you something different. Let's see what is on the next video. In the third part, you will learn save to sales data. So we have learned in this video to save to sales ledger, and in the third video we will learn is save to sales data. What is save to sales data? Whenever you click save to sales data, this data will be copied with invoice number, date and the party name in sales data tab, like this way. So if we change, you can see here this is up to row number 12. I am changing the date and party name also. I am changing here the party name, date to 3/2/2020 and invoice number 3, and I'm not, let's change here also UPS hard disk, home theater, processor and headphone. I have changed this. So now I will click to save to sales data. I've clicked. Then you can see here date we got 3, invoice number 3, party name Manoj Shah. These are the item details and the CGST, SGST and IGST amount also. So in this way we can copy the total items to the sales data, and this data can be used to calculate the stock also. So next we will see how to print this invoice as PDF, and to see the print preview mode. Suppose let's see how to create this PDF. As I click here, suppose I am copying this to sales invoice number 3 and it is copied in my document folder. Save. You can see, let's open my document folder. So sales invoice, you can see this invoice has been copied, print as PDF. So this is the PDF format of the invoice. And next thing is to see the print preview of the invoice. Let's click here. This is the print preview of the invoice, and if you click the print option, then it will print the invoice. So in the next video, that is third part, we will learn these 4 things. So for watching the video till end, if you like this video, you can hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed our channel, you can subscribe our channel to get regular updates on useful videos. Thank you very much.